What's up, guys? It's Zero here, bringing you all a brand new episode of the Anml Aftershow. Welcome, everyone, to the Anml Aftershow, the best Call of Duty show here on YouTube. And I'm super excited about our episode here today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to welcome each and every one of you to this episode of the After Show. We are going to be talking about all of the matches that happened at EWC today. And I got to tell you, there were some bangers today and some upsets that I did not expect to happen, but did. And so, that all being said, let's jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a couple of things here. Guys, it was a day, man. It was truly a day. I'm going to make this full screen. I got to tell you guys that today was a pretty exciting day of Call of Duty. EWC has been really interesting in a number of ways. Number one, just pool play, just a lot of matches happening. It's been really exciting. Like, as far as like a final tournament of the year, even though COD Champs is like truly like feels like the pinnacle of Call of Duty esports as we know it, EWC is quickly becoming an exciting tournament without question. It's a lot of fun to watch, a lot of upsets and things of that nature that we've been witnessing. And so I want to get started though, guys, with today. And you know what? The second thing that's been really interesting about EWC is having the coaches up there on stage with the players. That's been a really interesting element. I think it's messed up some teams. I think it's helped other teams as well. So there's a lot of debate about it, and we'll probably make a video in the future about our thoughts about it. But, I kind of want to give it this entire tournament to see kind of how everything turns out. And I'm really excited to, at least it's a change, right? Something different. They're trying something new. And I think that there's some really cool things about it and probably some, things that some people might not like, to say the least. But nonetheless, let's jump into this thing, guys, because we're going to be talking about the matches that happened today, what we can expect tomorrow, or what is on the slate for tomorrow, and then some news in regard to Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So let's get started, guys. So we started today with Gentlemates versus Team Orchid. And Gentlemates, guys, took the win here in the first elimination match of the day. They won 3-1 and eliminate Team Orchid. Yesterday, when we did our prediction of who would win this match, I thought that Gentlemates would win. Thought it was going to actually be 3-2, though. I believe was my prediction originally, but Gentlemates won 3-1. And it was an exciting first match to start the day. Where I got surprised was very early on in this day two at EWC, Team Falcons versus Team War. I thought that Team War was going to win this one. And I actually thought, guys, that they were going to, I believe I said they were going to sweep Falcons 3-0. Well, the opposite happened. Team Falcons showed up for this first match of the day and said, you know what, we're playing on our home turf. We do not want to go out like this early in the tournament. They beat and eliminated Team War from the tournament 3-0, which was pretty surprising, to say the least. I was actually completely shocked when I saw that. I thought that Team War was going to win that for sure. And I thought they were going to win it handily, and they did not. Falcons came to play in that first match up that they had today. Then we get into match number 3. The third elimination match of the day was Omit versus P7 Esports. I believe in my predictions yesterday, I stated that I thought that Omit was going to win this one 3-0. I thought they were going to clean sweep them, But you know what? P7, they played with a lot of pride, but they got beat 3-1 to Omit. Omit, guys, man, this is a team. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to keep saying it. Keep your eyes open for Omit Esports in terms of getting a CDL spot in the future. I think that this could be an organization that gets a CDL spot at some point in the future. We can also keep our eyes on like Envy, Team Envious. Obviously, they're back. And so potentially them getting a CDL spot whenever they expand the CDLs. But Omit Esports looked great today, 3-1 against P7. Then we get to 5 Fears versus G2 Esports. And I think that when we originally did our prediction yesterday, I did have 5 Fears winning. Can't remember if I said 3-2. I might have said 3-2. You guys will have to fact check me on that one. But they did win 3-2 against G2 Esports. And I just felt that the experience of 5 Fears, these dudes, they played really well, in my opinion. But it was, there were moments that it was really a close elimination match. 5 Fears did win, though, 3-2. And then the moment everybody was waiting for, a moment people thought that maybe 100 Thieves would get eliminated early at EWC after they lost to the Vancouver Surge yesterday to get dropped down into the decider match. They played Gentlemates and beat them 3-1. And so it's really interesting. 100 Thieves, they're very hot and cold. They're a really hot and cold team, it's felt like. At least since COD Champs. Before COD Champs, they were looking like the most dominant team in the league. And now they've just had, days where they're on point. Then there's days where they just don't even look like they are playing as a cohesive unit. And so today, though, they did win and beat Gentlemates as I was expecting they would. And they won that one 3-1. And then in our next decider match, Team Falcons had to play once again against Boston Breach. And this one went the distance, which I was pretty surprised about. Boston Breach has been a real underdog story, it's felt like, from COD Champs moving into EWC. There was definitely a little bit more hype behind Boston Breach from what they did at COD Champs. And the question was, could they continue that, that momentum moving into EWC? And sure enough, they were able to beat Team Falcons, but it was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. It was 3-2. I mean, Falcons took them the distance. So Falcons looked a lot better today than they did day one. I still think that there's going to be a lot of big changes happening with Falcons. I think they're going to keep Pred, but they're going to build around Pred moving into roster mania. I think they've got the money. Falcons has probably the most money out of any of the teams in the CDL. I think that they are going to spend big money in this offseason and, of course, during roster mania. Then we move into the upset of the day, without question. FaZe lost. FaZe Clan versus Omit. Omit beat them 3-1. And guys, I think that might have been the last time that we saw the Tiny Terrors together as a team. I think that there's a very good possibility that now FaZe Clan will break up. At least a couple of pieces will move. I don't know if the Terrors will stick together. I mean, I don't think they will. I think there is a chance that they're gonna break up now. From COD Champs to now, they have not looked as dominant this year as they have in previous years. It just felt, and with Black Ops 7, more than likely, not necessarily being a copy and paste of BO6, but it's probably going to be relatively similar in a number of capacities. I don't see them sticking it out through Black Ops 7. I think that if they would have won EWC, I think they would have, stuck together moving into Black Ops 7, but now I think that's going to be the team to watch in terms of roster mania without question. And then our last matchup of the day, guys, was Five Fears versus Cloud9. And man, Five Fears, they're kind of another, they're reminding me a little bit of what Boston did at COD Champs, where they're just kind of hanging around and they're making really good progress, man. I mean, they really are. They're crushing it. And they're doing much bigger things than I ever thought that they would here at EWC, but they beat Cloud9 3-2, eliminating Cloud9. And man, bro, what a wild day it was. What a wild day. Certain upsets that were really surprising, very surprising. Let's see if we can find the schedule here of who is playing who now. So let's take a look here. So Call of Duty, this is for tomorrow, right? All right, so here's what we got, guys. Moving into the quarterfinals of EWC, there are definitely some really interesting matchups here. Boston Breach versus Team Heretics. They will kick off the quarterfinals tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to give you guys my predictions on each of these as we go, but first off, let's go through each of the matchups. We got Five Fears versus the Vancouver Surge, Omit versus Movie Star, and Optic versus 100 Thieves. Man, bro, some epic matchups. I'm excited about these. Obviously, Optic and 100 Thieves, everyone's going to be looking at that one. Now that FaZe is out of it, it's going to be really interesting. Here's what my predictions are. Team Heretics, Miami Heretics, but Team Heretics for this tournament at EWC, I believe, look incredible right now. And I think that they are going to beat Boston. But I think it could be close. Boston's been putting up a fight with pretty much everybody. I think Heretics will win, but I think that it's going to be close. I think it'll be 3-2. Five Fears and Vancouver Surge. This is an interesting one. But Vancouver Surge, guys, I just think that they're starting to kind of pick up their momentum from where they left off with COD Champs. And I think that they are going to be too much for Five Fears to take on. And I think Vancouver Surge will win this one. I do think Five Fears will take a map off of them, off of Vancouver Surge, but I do think that the Surge will win that one 3-1. Then we get Omit versus Movie Star. And man, it's been a great story for both of these teams. But I think, man, after seeing what Omit did to FaZe Clan, I think they're going to do the same. I think they look like they're going to go far in this tournament. They're going to be, I believe, the dark horse of this tournament. And I believe Omit will beat Movie Star. I think it'll be close, but I think they're going to win 3-2. Optic and 100 Thieves. This could go one of two ways. I don't see 100 Thieves winning either way. I really don't. They've got to prove it to me that they can hang with Optic. But I believe that for this last matchup, Optic will win this one. I'm going to say 3-0, but I think there's a possibility that 100 Thieves could get a map. Because so far, once again, Optic has not dropped a single map. So remember at COD Champs, they didn't drop a single map until the Grand Finals. And now at EWC, they haven't dropped a single map yet. So I think that they're either going to 3-0 100 Thieves or it'll be like 3-1. But I just don't think that 100 Thieves stands a chance against Optic. Optic is playing like the best team on the planet, and it's not even close. And so I'm going to say that Optic will win that one, either 3-0 or 3-1. But it's going to be lopsided, I think. Could we be wrong? Could the 100 Thieves from some of these previous majors show up? Maybe. But this Optic team is just playing on another level. They just are. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who's moving on tomorrow? Who's losing? Who's the dark horse team in your mind? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys, with that down and out of the way, let's move on to this. I got a couple things I want to talk about. I got a couple of things I want to talk in relation to Black Ops 7. Obviously, guys, you already know how I feel about the Black Ops 7 reveal trailer, or teaser trailer. I thought it was the worst trailer that Call of Duty's ever produced, ever brought out. But there's no bearing on whether the game's going to be good or bad or great based on the trailer. The trailer alone, though, if a trailer is designed to up your excitement a couple of levels, it lowered my excitement for Black Ops 7. And of course, I'm going to be excited for any Call of Duty, guys, that comes out. I just thought that it was a terrible trailer, period. And so, that all being said, I'm still, of course, going to play Call of Duty. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. It's one of Anml's favorite. I mean, this is what the franchise that built Anml. And so, of course, we're excited about it, but I just didn't like the teaser trailer at all. Well, we've got some news, guys, and we were talking about the leak that came out about the release date. It's going to be at Gamescom, where they're going to have the full-blown reveal, multiplayer reveal, probably all of those things at Gamescom opening night live. It's going to be the first thing shown, so I'm excited about that. We'll be covering that head to toe. But here's this. Xbox backtracks on $80 games like Outer Worlds. Is Black Ops 7 next? Okay. This is coming to us from Paul Tassi over at Forbes. Perhaps a future where all big games are $80 is not so nigh after all. In a surprising move, Microsoft has just announced that it will reverse course and no longer price its fall selection of games at $80. We're focused on bringing players incredible worlds to explore, and we'll keep our full-priced holiday releases, including the Outer Worlds 2, at $70, in line with current market conditions. The Outer Worlds 2 pricing itself at $80 was eye-rolling at the time, as the series may be good, but it's a nascent franchise and not exactly Elder Scrolls or Fallout in terms of demanding such a premium. Obsidian also took the chance to announce the price cut in character in the Outer Worlds universe. Yeah, I mean, Outer Worlds 2 should not have been $80. I mean, there's no doubt about it in my mind, guys. Look, each game, though, that these different developers and publishers are bringing out, I think there's just going to be different games are going to have different prices based on popularity, based on the resource and development that's going into the games. So a great example would be Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. You know, two different prices, and Nintendo based it around popularity and maybe what they had to focus more resource and development into. So it's going to cost them more to make the game, so they need to up the price so that they can make that money back. So even though the Outer Worlds is not going to be $80, I do think that Black Ops 7 will be. Now, here's the thing. What's notable here is that this is not just said to be Outer Worlds reducing its already announced price. Microsoft says our full-priced holiday release is plural, and you might know what the next generation or the next question is going to be. What about Call of Duty? Microsoft never announced a price for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 when it was revealed, nor have they opened up pre-orders. But it stands to reason that they would not make this statement about full-priced holiday releases and not include Black Ops in that selection. This is significant because it goes past the idea that it's just Outer Worlds so far smaller franchise getting this cut. But Call of Duty, one of the biggest properties in the world, and one that probably could demand an $80 price, but it seems Microsoft doesn't want to go there. I think that Microsoft will go there. Look, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a definite, but I feel like they are going to make Call of Duty $80. You know, if they're looking into the future of... Hang on one sec, guys.
Well, we lost our game.
Well, I have to do something really quick, dude. But anyways, so I think that even though there are games where they demand certain things, there are certainly, you know, there's certain games that demand higher prices. And if you have Microsoft looking ahead to GTA 6, and more than likely GTA 6 is going to, maybe they'll reset the market, maybe they won't. Maybe it'll be $80. I kind of doubt it, but nonetheless, I think that they're looking at it like, okay, if we bring Call of Duty Black Ops 7 to Xbox Game Pass, you know, all you have to have is a Game Pass subscription. So for those of you who don't get Game Pass, it's going to be $80. It might get a lot more people to get Game Pass on Xbox. So I think there's a few ways that they'll be tactical about it. But they're just talking about the rest of 2025, and after that, it's anyone's guess. Yes, we've started to see more $80 games crop up, sparked by Mario Kart World going first, but it is not yet industry standard. This fall's Ghost of Yotei from PlayStation, for instance, a big launch for a pretty big franchise, remains $70. Microsoft has enough pricing problems as it is. They have recently jacked up prices of all its hardware to absurd levels, making Series S consoles cost more than PS5s, and Xbox Series X's cost more than PS5 Pros in some instances. But yet again, this is Microsoft waffling and seemingly to admit yet another mistake in a series of many mistakes and instances of backtracking we've seen from the brand. Now we wait for the Call of Duty announcement one way or another. So yeah, I mean, look, Xbox has been in some murky water right now, and look, if they decided to make it $70, that's awesome. I mean, I think that's great for, you know, just Call of Duty players and just the industry at large. But, you know, because I wonder, here's one of the things that if Call of Duty Black Ops 7, if they made it $80, which I think they will, what if Battlefield 6 comes out this year and it's $70? And, you know, a lot of people really like what Battlefield looks like from that reveal trailer. That reveal trailer should have been what Call of Duty was. Like, you know, obviously the destructible environments that Battlefield's known for, but that just looked like, I mean, yeah, it looked like a Battlefield trailer, but it looked like what a Call of Duty trailer is supposed to look like. But yet we got this Mass Effect, Halo, you know, Stranger Things type of psychological trailer, right, for Black Ops 7. And I mean, they're two totally different extremes, but if they make it $80 and Battlefield 6 comes out this year, now that GTA 6 isn't coming out this year, and Battlefield's like, you know what, we're going to take on Call of Duty, and they make it $70, that's going to be interesting. Really interesting, really quickly. But, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. It is one of the biggest franchises of all time. I mean, if you take all of the Call of Duties, what they have sold, and you put them together, I mean, it's like the biggest game ever. You know what I mean? And so, or the biggest franchise ever. But do I think it'll be $80? I do, guys. But would I love it for consumers if it was $70? I would love it, man. I would love it. And I think that it would still, it's going to sell well either way, but I think they might sell even better if it's $70, you know, for PlayStation people and things of that nature. But nonetheless, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think Call of Duty Black Ops 7 will be $80? Do you think it'll be $70? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys. With that down and out of the way, what, bro? That's not at all what I was trying to look at, bro. There was a whole nother article that I had pulled up, and I mean, of course, guys. Okay. Right here. Thank you. All right, guys. So, Black Ops 7, there's a lot weighing on Black Ops 7 at this point in time for a number of reasons, but obviously I thought that the trailer the teaser trailer was the worst teaser trailer I have ever seen for a Call of Duty title, ever produced, ever released, period. I just thought it was, as I mentioned a multitude of times, a trailer is designed to up your anticipation and up your hype a couple of levels from where it already was. And the Black Ops 7 trailer brought my anticipation levels down. Battlefield 6 on the flip side, my anticipation is way higher now after seeing their reveal trailer. So, or I should say their teaser trailer. So they gotta have, that being Xbox, Activision, they've got an uphill battle here. And so what are some things that Call of Duty Black Ops 7 needs to do to really take Call of Duty to the next level? Let's talk about it. In an article coming to us from Zachary Roberts over at Comic Book, Black Ops 7 is officially coming this fall, just a year after Black Ops 6 hit shelves. This has been a yearly game for a very long time, so it's not surprising that there's another one so soon after. What is surprising is that it's also a Black Ops game. And I don't love that at all, guys. I've said it a multitude of times. Black Ops is my favorite sub-series of the overarching franchise of Call of Duty, but I really wanted a Modern Warfare 4 or a Ghost 2 or an Advanced Warfare 2. I said it. That's what I wanted to see. Or a like brand new IP altogether within Call of Duty. I just think that, you know, Call of Duty going from Black Ops to Modern Warfare, if you just went back and forth every year, I mean, Call of Duty would be fine, right? But the fact that they're doing another Black Ops title after Black Ops 6, it feels like a real cash grab. It feels like, why isn't Black Ops 7 a DLC for Black Ops 6? You know, why is it a whole new game? You know, when they could have done a Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty Ghost 2 or an Advanced Warfare 2, you know, go back to the Jetpack era, even though the Jetpack era was the Dark Ages after Advanced Warfare. So that's why I think Advanced Warfare 2, it would just be, make it a one-off title where it's one Jetpack game and then go back to boots on the ground. You know, it'd give us a fresh, you know, once again, kind of keeping things fresh with Call of Duty. But nonetheless, we're getting Black Ops 7 at this point. Here we go. The Black Ops series began in 2010. Since then, there has not been an instance of back-to-back Call of Duty titles being in the series. Every single one has been broken up by a Modern Warfare game or something else. This marks a first for the decades-old franchise. Black Ops 6 was seen as a welcome return to form for the Call of Duty franchise after a run of poorly received titles. Activision went a very long time between games that fans and critics could all agree was solid. However, the interest quickly faded. Black Ops 6's momentum is all but done now, and the player base has taken a dive despite it being available for free on Game Pass. So, here's what I'll say about that. Black Ops 6, I really enjoyed, guys. I really did. Now, will I sit here and say that the hacking, the cheating, all of those things, the shop, like the store within Black Ops 6, I mean, guys, it's so over the top. It's like Call of Duty's just trying to, you know, replicate what they're doing with the shop in Fortnite, and they're doing all these different collabs and stuff, and it just doesn't feel like COD. Battlefield, I'm telling you, man, Battlefield is coming with some heat. And if it comes out this year, which I think it is, I really do, because they're trying to stay ahead of COD right now. Vince Zampella and the boys over at DICE, over at Battlefield Studios, I'm telling you, they're coming for COD right now. Vince Zampella is trying to get his revenge for what happened with Titanfall 2, and his revenge for what happened with Activision and Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009. I don't know, man. I'm telling you. But here's what they got to do. Bring back classic Zombies. While multiplayer servers come and go and campaigns are limited, Zombies mode has been a through line for Call of Duty players. It's the one thing they can go back to no matter how old the game is. Players in 2025 are still revisiting Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 for the Zombies. I mean, look, I just feel like Zombies, even though like classic round-based Zombies is awesome, but I just think that it should be one of the modes within Zombies. I think Zombies just has to have multiple modes, similar to multiplayer, where you have the traditional Zombies mode. I think that they should bring Extinction, like the aliens from Extinction from Ghosts, and put them into Zombies. I think that would be awesome. Like, have a mode where it's like Extinction, Zombies, merger, or, you know, crossover or whatever. I think that would be awesome. I just think that Zombies needs to have multiple modes within Zombies, you know, that you can choose from, whether it's traditional round-based Zombies. I just felt that Zombies got stale after a while when you would, you know, go round after round, and then once you die, it all restarts. I loved Extinction, where you could actually beat the game mode. I thought that was really cool. So I just think Zombies needs multiple different modes. So that's just my thoughts on that. Stay consistent with the campaign. One thing that Black Ops 6 did have going for it was its campaign. I did not think the campaign was that great. It was brilliant, a really welcome return to form for a game franchise that had been lacking in storytelling for years, lest we forget the infamous Modern Warfare 3 campaign. I agree with that. I mean, it was much better than some of these Modern Warfare campaigns. Now, Modern Warfare 2019 was the greatest campaign I've ever played within the Call of Duty franchise. It was that good, in my personal opinion. I've played all of them. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, totally trash. I think Modern Warfare 2 was the worst campaign I've ever played from Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 3, I mean, you know, once again, Black Ops 6 was better than those, but I do want to see a much better campaign. You know, if we could get something that's even remotely close to Modern Warfare 2019, or like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, MW2 back in 2009, those were some of the best campaigns. I even love Call of Duty Ghost campaign. I thought that was great as well. The biggest cliffhanger we've ever seen ever in Call of Duty's history with Ghosts. So something like that would be incredible. It just feels like over the years they've gone, you know, year over year over year over year of making these Call of Duties, and they just give less and less effort for the campaigns. That's just kind of how it's felt like. I mean, like I said, since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. But I digress. More original and multiplayer. Multiplayer is the moneymaker for Call of Duty every year. If the multiplayer is good, the game tends to perform better than when it's not. The other modes matter, but they're just not quite as popular. That's why the multiplayer in Black Ops 7 has to be good. It's the lifeblood of the entire franchise and really always has been. I mean, look, the multiplayer becomes 10 times better if you get rid of the hacking, the cheating, and you add ranked play like instantly or very quickly after launch. That makes the multiplayer experience 10 times better. I don't care what anybody says. If you took care of those three things, the hacking, the cheating, and, you know, just, I don't know, man. I think that the multiplayer has the makings of greatness, but if you allow the hacking and the cheating to happen as rampant as it is, you know, and ranked play as well, you know, you don't add ranked play for so long, I just think that multiplayer will stay kind of the way that it is at this point. That's just me personally. But look, man, I don't know. I'm very excited, guys, obviously, for Black Ops 7. Because it's Call of Duty. But this teaser, bro. This teaser was the worst teaser of all time in Call of Duty's history that they've ever produced or, you know, created. It was trash, in my opinion. I was like, oh, is this Halo? Is it Mass Effect? Oh, is it, you know, Infinite Warfare 2? Is it Stranger Things? Oh no, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 7. And like I said, it's just a teaser trailer, guys. The game could be the greatest Call of Duty of all time. It could be the greatest game of all time. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see when we get this reveal on August 19th at opening night live at Gamescom. But let me know what you guys think. What are some things that could really help Black Ops 7 take Call of Duty to the next level? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys. With that down and out of the way, everybody, I want to say thank you so much to everybody for joining me for this Anml Aftershow. Esports World Cup Day 2, awesome. Upsets. I mean, it's exciting going into Day 3. Black Ops 7, a lot of news, rumors, speculation happening within Black Ops 7. Really excited about the future of COD. Excited about the future of FPSs, guys. Battlefield 6 looks great. I mean, man, I'm just excited about the future of first-person shooters. Another one would be Den of Wolves. I think that looks incredible. Cannot wait for that game to come out from 10 Chambers. But there's just a lot of games that we're going to be covering here on the YouTube channel. Call of Duty, of course, guys, will always be here as a forefront of Anml. But, man, I want to talk about other FPSs, man. Battlefield 6 is coming, man. It's coming. And that being said, everyone, I hope you guys are enjoying this content. I really appreciate all of you for being on the journey with us. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this episode of the Anml Aftershow, make sure that you leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, just keep grinding. And as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.